The reason why I suppose the cost of electricity here in Ireland is higher than our European counterparts is because of we're on the periphery of, I suppose, mainland Europe. The transportation costs.
In the last 20 years.
I'll get to the other issues as well. The transportation costs around even transporting oil, the grid network, the fact that our population is more, I suppose, dispersed in rural Ireland, and that does add cost to it. But just in relation to what we have done, as I say,
would you agree that they're making huge profits when we see what we're paying compared to others in other European countries?
What we have done is reduced the VAT rate on your gas and electricity bills from this month right out to October from 13.5% down to 9%. The regulator as well, and this feeds into what has been said earlier, our regulator is working at an EU level as well, because this is not just an issue for Ireland. This energy...
Is the regulation a little soft around this, though? That's been the criticism in this country for very many issues.
Our regulator, the CRU, our regulator is working at an EU level and is going to publish a paper. For example, there's a levy. When you look at your ESB bill, your electricity bill, there's a levy there that goes towards actually funding renewable energy, be it solar or wind energy. By October of this year, that will be at zero. So that works out about €4 or €5 a month we all pay through this levy on our electricity bill. That will be reduced.
We have a windfall tax on the war profiteering of electricity companies.
Okay, Sinead, I want you to come in on that.
So what we're saying is we're looking at all of this, but also working with our European counterparts. This is not just an issue for Ireland in relation to the rising cost.
The PSO levy is counterweight, so it only goes down when the profits of these companies go up. Okay, so it's a balanced thing. So it'll be higher as the companies do. So that kind of, it's important and it goes to the right thing, but that's not really the point. The energy cap thing, they did that in the UK. 3 companies went bust almost immediately. Okay, now ideologically, maybe there's a point to be made about whether or not you should privatise utilities and energy resources and all that kind of thing. But just putting a cap on how much you can charge doesn't work. And I leave it up to others to decide if companies are making too much money or not enough money or whatever.
But the shop-around argument, do you think the shop-around argument applies then, Sinead?
To some extent it does. Because there are at least 14 suppliers in this market, we have actually become very apathetic at switching. I'm not going to dump all this in the consumer because that's not fair. Utilities are incredibly complex. If you get your bill, there's about 7 acronyms that you have to fight your way through to even uncover what you're paying and where you're paying it to.
It's a consequence of this system of competition and privatisation. That isn't ideological. People are paying more as a consequence of that. We should not have privatised the electricity sector. We should reverse the privatisation and then use control of the electricity sector to drive reduction in energy usage and rapid transition to renewable energy. That's not happening under the private market. In fact, the European Commission has just signed a deal with the US to have more fossil fuels, to have LNG. They're going in the wrong direction in response to this crisis.
Even if we decided as a country, and I'm ambivalent on the issue, but if we decide as a country, right, we're going to re-regulate the market and only have one supplier that's government-owned, you're still not going to do that by the end of next week when people actually need help with their bills this year, this summer, this winter and next winter and for the next 5 winters. I think we need to look at more immediate solutions that are not inflationary, and it's terribly difficult. I'm not going to be kind of say, oh, it's dead simple, do this and it'll all be fixed. But pumping money into it, either by tax reductions or by straight helicopter money, in itself is going to cause an additional problem down the line.